Welcome to Embrace Relief. I am Chelsea Winterholler, and I am so excited to be your coach today. This is episode 143, Big Beliefs, Small Shifts, Your Community. In the episode today, we are going to talk about thoughts that do and don't help you add to the goodness of the people around you and your community. Hello. This month we are tackling thoughts that are not helpful in our lives. I love my community. I love adding to my community. I love it when my community gives back to me and lifts and helps me, especially in raising my 3 crazy boys. So I'm so glad that you are here so that we can have the opportunity to reframe our brain a little bit and access some core beliefs that we have about the people that surround us in this life. I truly believe that focusing on beliefs can shift everything. It can actually shift outcomes in our lives. And notice, I did not say that we need to swap our thoughts. Sometimes that works, but most often we need to get deeper. Most often we need to access beliefs. Now, of all the episodes this month, I am most excited about this one because I love to involve Jesus. I love to bring him into my life every day, multiple times a day, and I love to talk to you about him. And I truly have a belief. I'm talking all about beliefs today, so I want to use the word belief. I truly have a belief that as we involve Jesus in our communities, we are all made stronger. Now, I want to ask you a question. I want to know how you feel when I say this sentence. Let's go out and serve our community. I asked this question to a group of women last night, and I got a lot of different responses. I got excited. I got compassionate. I got dread. I got anxious and awkward and nervous. And I love it when I ask you to tell me how you're feeling and you say something like anxious or awkward or nervous, because it gives us a great opportunity to change our entire perspective about something. And in this case, we get to change our entire perspective about service, about going out into our communities and helping those that are around us. So if you are feeling nervous, you might be thinking, I don't know what to say to people. If you are feeling awkward, you might be thinking, I have nothing in common with these people I'm supposed to be serving. If you are feeling anxious, you might be thinking, I don't want to do this, or my friend is making me, or in your children's cases, my mom is making me do this, right? But what do we know about service, you guys? We know that the best person who ever lived on the earth who performed service was Jesus Christ. That was his sole purpose in coming here and coming to this earth, was to show us how to serve and how to love those around us. Think of all of the people that he served. Think of the woman at the well. Think of the people that he reached out to who were sick. Think of the people that he prayed on behalf of. Think of those people who were brokenhearted, who he rushed to embrace. Think of the people who were mourning that he did not leave alone. Think of the people that he comforted, not only with his miracles, but also with his presence. Think of the suffering that he went through in Gethsemane for you. Jesus was a master server. I started brainstorming. How do I serve? How do the people around me serve in the ways that Jesus did? I see people around me praying for their family members. I see people around me reaching out to others who are sick. I see people taking meals, even when they already had to cook a meal for their own family of 6. I see friends crying with their friends who are struggling. I see children inviting others to play on the playground. I see teenagers smiling at a cast-off who they walk past in the hall. I see people answering questions when a teacher is asking them. That is serving. That is loving. I need you to start pointing out to your brain all of the wonderful things you are doing in your community. Stop telling yourself that you aren't serving, because that is just not true. I just had to pause my podcast, and I just find it so interesting because it was my neighbor calling. And I love when we have an opportunity to practice what we're preaching, right? I just love my neighbor so much. We are prayer partners. She reminded me of that today. She's feeling under the weather, and I actually fell and sprained my ankle really bad. And so we are going to join in prayer and be prayer partners together. So we'll get back to the podcast here, but I want you to really believe that you are out there and you are serving. Even a phone call with your neighbor, that is you serving. And I just know that if you start believing something, you start achieving it, right? Have we heard that so many times? Believe to achieve. So beliefs that we can use when we are trying to get out the door to serve, or when we're feeling like we're just not doing enough. I want you to think these beliefs. I am already serving. We have a lot of proof of that in your home, in your friendships, in your family, with your neighbors. You are already serving. A belief that I love is that I am a daughter of God, and so is she. I love reminding myself that we are all brothers and sisters. We are all daughters of God, and that as we remember that, we will have a greater propensity to want to go and serve and love. Another belief is that He does not leave anyone alone, and that He wants me to be like Him. I hold that belief deep in my core, that Jesus wants me to be like Him. When I have that belief, it is very easy for me to have thoughts that follow it up, like, let's go serve, and who can I serve next, and how can I help other people around me? It makes me feel a desire to go out and to do good in our community. Another thought that I have is that we all have God in common. I am so grateful for that, because sometimes I look around and I'm not sure what I have in common with the person that I am striving to serve. But I do know that we have God in common. I do know that God is on our side. When I access the belief that I am already serving, I feel excited. And when I feel excited, I make plans to go and help someone. When I access the belief that we have God in common, I feel peace. And when I feel peace, I want to share it with others. When I access the belief that she is a daughter of God, just like me, I feel hopeful. And when I feel hopeful, I go out and I love and I serve just like Jesus did. I would love you to open a note on your phone. You can title it Beliefs About serving, beliefs about Jesus, beliefs about prayer partners, beliefs about my community, whatever you need that connects with you. And when you are faltering, when you are feeling like you're not doing enough to help and lift and serve those around you, you can remind yourself of what you truly believe. You can refer to this list when you're feeling overwhelmed or lonely or anything in between. Operating from your core beliefs will bring you peace and will bring you relief. And guess what? That is exactly what Jesus did with his life. So of course, it's what I and you can do with ours. If this resonated with you today, I want you to do two things. Go to my website and set up a completely free consult. We can talk one-on-one. We can figure out what areas of your life you want to zoom in on and really figure out what emotions are fueling you today. And second, I would love you to share this podcast with a friend. If it resonated with you, it will definitely help them too. I'll see you soon, friends.